Welcome to Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
Hi, everybody. It's Randy Goodman here from Harvey Callis Real Estate, and I am so excited to have the one and only Patricia Jo Grover, who is a goal achievement strategist and the host of the Rise Above show. She is also a coach, an author, and a speaker, and I can't wait to get to know you, Patricia. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you, Randy. It's so wonderful to be on your show. You know, right now, it really is making a difference in the world for people to be sharing their stories. And with my Rise Above show, that's what I have people coming on to do. And oh, it's wonderful. Thank you.
Well, I love it. So tell us a little bit about what you do. What's your story?
Okay. Well, as the goal achievement strategist, one of the things I do, and I try to break it down to the most simple thing for everyone, is I teach conquering skills education. And for that, what that is it's for people to know that they are worthy, that they are capable, and then they're not in this alone. So conquering skills works with people to let them allow themselves to dream. You know, because some people, especially women, have a difficult time with that. You know, so it's right from the whole process, dream weaving all the way through to achievement. So my system is all set up from all the way from teaching them that they need to allow themselves to I teach you. Everybody's heard of vision boards, but I go in and I go steps further. It's kind of like a 5D vision board. I call it sensory vision. I teach people how to have sensory vision. So when they close their eyes, they can't just see where they want to be when they achieve their dreams and goals, but they can feel it. You know, they can see it, feel it, smell it, taste it, touch it. When you can connect your sensory vision to your why and your purpose, it makes you unstoppable. You know, so it's all about having a curiosity that's greater than your fears, having the courage to work those plans once you get those plans put together, the courage to keep working them, and the consistency to follow through. You know, because life happens to every single one of us, whether we're ready for it or not. And we all know that.
Sure does. I love that. So what led you to do this? Like, did you come out of school and think, this is what I'm going to do? Or what's your path?
Oh my goodness. To keep it short, Randy, I had a childhood that most people couldn't conceive, let alone believe. It had to do with alcoholism and domestic abuse in the home situation. It affected me well into adulthood. I had to go through 3 marriages and divorces before I finally took 9 years to learn to know, like, trust, and ultimately love myself.
Wow.
And when I took the time to do that, when I took that time, that's when I started saying to myself, I wish I had this available to me. I wish I had that available to me. And so when I started to put together, and that's when I started putting all the notes together for my first book. And, I compiled all this stuff together. And then I decided, the connection came this is something I need to share with other people is the steps and the system that I use to get from where I was to where I wanted to be.
You know what? I absolutely love that. Like, that's what empowering women to succeed is all about. It's all about sharing. I love that you are taking that role. You've encountered, and I'm sorry that you had to experience those things, but you've taken the terrible traumas or the challenges you faced in your life and using that to help others get through things that they're going through. And that's what it's all about. I mean, we have experiences. If we can't share them and make an impact on others, then why are we here? Like we really need to be able to share this stuff.
Sharing the stories, sharing the stories is encouraging. It's educating and it's empowering, because everybody has been through experiences. And if somebody tells you that they haven't had losses and haven't, that's just not reality in today's world.
True, true, absolutely. So what types, tell us a little bit about the services you offer, because I know there's like a huge realm there. So give us the goods. What do you offer? Like, so that people who are listening can know, okay, what should I reach out to Patricia for?
Okay, well, so I have the second edition of my book is launching soon, because that actually I had difficulties. Yeah, thank you. I had after my book launched, the company that I went through to be the what you do with helping people with
Publisher?
publisher, the
Yeah.
publisher that I went through actually closed their doors and went out of business soon
Oh,
after they launched my book, and I had a 3-year contract with them to do different things. So
wow.
their logo and everything was still on there, and they're the ones that set up my Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million accounts, and they closed them.
Oh,
So no one was able to fulfill orders and everything. I had to sell the books through that I had to for signings at live events and everything. So
right.
I've had to redo, get a new ISBN number and all that stuff. And so I'm all about achieving dreams and goals, right? So I actually doing the rewrite of this, I'm sharing the story. I'm not sharing the name of the company that was the issue
Yeah.
with, but just not letting things stop you. Don't let things stand in your way. And this is all, again, it makes so much sense that it ties together. But yeah, number one is using the book, because I wrote the book as a tool, and everything that I have in my whole platform of how I help people, Randy, is they're all tools for people to use. So I would say, Randy, what I would say is, my book that was written as a tool, the first edition of my book was written as a tool to goal achievement. It is all about the steps and the processes of going through to be able to get from point A to point B. It is like a personal GPS system that people work through. The publishing company that I went through when I wrote that first edition of the book closed their doors and went out of business right after my book launched. So
Wow.
that made me have to, because it had their logo and everything on it, that made me have to get a new ISBN number and do the rewrite. But I wanted to share the story in there. I didn't share the name of that business, but I wanted to share the story because they had set up my Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and Books a Million accounts, and they closed those down, so I wasn't able to fulfill the orders for books other than the ones that I had to sign at events when I was doing live
Right.
events.
Wow.
So the rewrite basically, and I'm sharing the story in there about not letting these types of things stop you. Don't let things stand in your way. And as a goal achievement strategist, I really need to be able to do that and show people this, that I'm walking my own talk. So
Absolutely.
with the one-on-one, consultations, coaching, and mentoring. But then I also have my peer-to-peer mentoring and accountability membership program.
Okay.
And so how that came about, Randy, is when I was going through the time that I was learning to know, like, trust, and ultimately love myself again, I realized at that point, the people in my family and circle of friends really didn't understand my passion of what I wanted to do, what my dreams and goals were, and how to support me. I didn't have the support system that I needed. And
Right.
that's where I started to put together of what was needed. And that was the peer-to-peer mentoring and accountability program I have now.
Wow, that's fabulous. You have so much going on. It's amazing. You're just like constantly finding ways to help people, and I love it. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you. Because I have my show, the Rise Above show. I have a summit coming up, the Rise Above Summit. And then I also have an anthology book series coming up, the Rise Above Your Challenges, to be able to help people. Randy, life happens to every single one of us, whether we're ready for it or not, and that's the thing. We have people who are on journeys to achieving their dreams and goals. And for me, being the goal achievement strategist, these puzzle pieces all fit together perfectly, I believe.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you. And I love that you're doing that and helping so many people. So thank you again for that. So I know you're already doing so much to help people. Is there anything that you do that's charitable or giving back to community that you can share with us?
Yes, actually, I am for the year 2021. I'm giving 10% of the profits that I received from the sale of my books to Unsilenced Voices and Woman's Legacy of Hope. So those are two nonprofits that work with women who have been through domestic abuse and violence situations, and to help the women and children who have been through these circumstances. You know, that's near and dear to my own personal heart because of what I've been through myself. But, you know, that's where it all comes from me. You know, the children that were affected, because it did affect me well into adulthood, you know, all of this stuff, you know, if we can make a difference there, it's only going to be a ripple effect to make the world a better place for everyone.
I totally agree with you. Yeah, and that's why it's so important that we do share, because that's exactly what happens. It's that ripple effect that you want to happen. You want to make that impact on people. So yeah, that's awesome. I love it. So, and thank you for giving back, because I think that's so important. Do you have any, and this can be personal or professional, whatever is resonating with you right now, do you have any tips or suggestions for our audience out there?
Oh my goodness. Yes. Randy, I have so many. First of all, I want to tell everyone, know your own definition, create your own definition of what success means to you personally, not comparing to anyone else. What does success look like for you in every aspect of your life? Physical, financial, spiritual, also wealth, the same thing. Define what wealth is to you in all aspects of your life, because when you have that, then you can set the plans to be able to get from where you are to where you want to be. You know, so those are key things, you know, really thinking of that. And also, I really want to say the importance of setting smarter plans. And everybody's heard, if you've been in business, you know what SMART plans are. You know, systematical, measurable, attainable, relatable, and time-based. Okay. But I take it further. I say ER, have them be smarter plans. They need to be editable and revisable, because again, life happens to every single one of us, whether we're ready for it or not. So, you know, putting those things into your planning process, that includes planning and calendaring. I know this sounds boring and it sounds like a lot of work, but you need to have those added into your planning days, added into your calendar. You know, you have to have your whole goal plan that you're trying to achieve. You need to break that down, you know, and we'll just take a year for an example. Let's take that down. You have to have your yearly, your quarterly, your monthly, your weekly, and your daily planning. Put those planning days into your calendar and have a process. And I share that process because I have my Design Your Destiny planning system coming out that goes along with the tool that I have.
Awesome.
The book. Okay. You know, but really doing that. Many people, you may be familiar with the author Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer. Okay. You know, Dr. Wayne Dyer says it's never crowded along that extra mile. And what I want to say by that, you know, you think that it's these people up here, there's not too many people on the higher level. You know, there aren't, because there are a lot of people, they don't want to do the work that it takes to get there. But really thinking about this, and this is again how I have compiled my system that I teach people, is it's all the work and effort that it goes into creating that foundation to build your life and your strong dreams upon. Okay. So, and that is that planning and calendaring and making those smarter plans are all part of building that strong foundation to be able to build upon. Because if you want to have big dreams that you're going to achieve, you have to have that strong foundation that's going to hold it up, you know, hold that building up. So yeah, these are all things I would share. Definitely, Randy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I think that, you know, planning, I mean, I like off the cuff, I like laid back, but there are things that you definitely have to be planning for. So regardless of what your personality is, I think it's a good idea to be
Can I
able
can
to
I
have.
share can I share one more thing, Randy?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. I teach also
Mm,
budgeting. Okay. We need, and everybody, when you talk about budgets, you think of money. Okay. But you
right.
need to also budget, not just money, but your time.
Mhm,
And that's again, planning and calendaring, but
right.
also your energy. So, because when I teach the planning and calendaring, and I also go into, you need to prioritize
Mhm,
and synchronize. Your prioritize is your A, B, C, D, and E, what has to happen in those levels. So your A is absolutely have to.
yeah,
Your B is must do's. Your C, you have to do them, you know. Your D is delegate, get
mhm,
somebody else to take on that piece. And your E is eliminate. So when you have your things written down, go through and prioritize, prioritize those steps. Synchronization comes in after, Randy, with you have your ABCDs. Okay, then you come in with your 1, 2, 3s. That's the synchronization of how each one of these steps needs to happen. That will help you so much along your way for being able to have things happen in your life, because it's all about being able to have and create joy for yourself
mhm.
through your calendaring, and planning and calendaring it, to be able to live your life and enjoy the time. Because how many of us have gotten so busy with everything we forget our family birthdays, anniversaries, and all these things? What why live life like that when you can learn to plan and calendar properly to make your life more joyful?
Yeah, and I think it's really important so that you don't forget stuff like that, or other important things that you should probably have on your calendar. So
Yes.
definitely having some kind of system or a strategy is definitely a great idea so that you can carry on. And no successful person is doing this without some sort of structure or commitment to a plan. So, even if you are the type who's off the cuff, laid back. It's still, if you want the success that you want to have, you still need to put some kind of strategy in place to make sure that you're going to achieve your goals. So thank you for that, Patricia. Yeah, it's awesome. So how do people get a hold of you?
My website is patriciajogrover.com. And you can find my information for all my links for social media at www.vcardinfo.com. That has all my social media links and links to book as a guest on my show, all right there. And I have gifts for everybody. Can I give information about gifts?
Oh, we would love for you to give
Yeah,
gifts.
yeah. If you text the word goal, GOAL, to 26786, you'll have gifts come to you right in your inbox.
I love that. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Patricia, for being on our show. And I wish you all the best with your endeavors. And I hope that our audience will reach out to you because you are providing a ton of value for people. And I think they should connect with you. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Randy. It's been a blessing to be on your show. And I look forward to maybe working with you in the future.
Love it. Looking forward
Wonderful.
to it. Thank you. Mwah.
Bye. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.